Hi, I'm Kamar Stewart, and this is Teacher Education and Social Justice from Outlook University. We are live at the MATA studios, and I'm going to be reading about Mr. Mayor of Detroit, Michigan, Kwame Kilpatrick. He was sent to jail on counts of sexual and misconduct and obstruction of justice in violation of his bonds. Mr. Kilpatrick spent the night in jail for violation of bonds last week. He snuck off to Canada for a meeting. The same charges, he was charged for this the same week. The judge from last week refused to send him to jail on Tuesday. Friday, he went to jail on counts of 2 felonies for assaulting a police officer that was one of Kilpatrick's friends. The judge told Kilpatrick he would not have any special treatments. He was treated like any other inmate. He was pictured, photographed, and he put a green jumpsuit on and was taken into the jail. Attorney Mike Cox said he would announce on Friday morning whether Mr. Kilpatrick would be sent to jail for 14 years. Today we have Mr. Bailey. Hi, Mr. Bailey.
Hey, how are you?
Okay, I'm going to ask you a few questions. Mr. Bailey, should Mayor Kilpatrick step down from his leadership in his position?
Yes, he should.
Why? Why do you think that?
Well, because as a public figure, you have to hold yourself to a higher standard. You can't go around committing crimes and think that you're above the law. You have to set that example. A lot of young people look up to Mr. Kilpatrick, and if he's setting a bad example, they're going to think it's okay for them to do it as well. And as they look up to him, you have to be almost a saint, because it's just like a pro athlete. You know, a lot of people don't want to be role models, but you're thrust in the public eye, so you are a role model. So a lot of people look at what you do, and they want to do the same. So if you're going around and you're having sexual misconduct or cell phone records getting caught, then a lot of people think they can do it as well.
Well, that's kind of my opinion too. Do you think it has like anything to do with the skin of his color?
No, I think it has absolutely nothing to do with the skin of his color. He made his mistakes. He should pay for them.
Yeah. Do you think it's the people that elect him to be mayor, do you think it's their fault for not doing any background checks on his history?
No, I think the people elected the mayor because they believed that he was going to do the job that he said he was going to do. I think the people that elected him mayor is extremely disappointed in his actions, and I'm extremely disappointed in his actions.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you
very much. Now we have Miss Danara coming to read T.I.
Clifford Harris, also known as T.I., was arrested last year, 2007, on gun charges just before the BET Awards. T.I.'s bodyguard was to retrieve $12,000 from the bank and go buy 3 machine guns and 2 silencers. T.I. and the bodyguard were supposed to swap guns at Atlanta Shopping Center parking lot. When they swapped guns, the police arrested the bodyguard and T.I. Do you think T.I. was just buying the guns to get street cred for his music? Do you think T.I. will get caught with any other guns? And why do rappers have to portray themselves as being a thug? Now is Crystal Lampkins with the election about McCain.
Good afternoon. I'm Janae Lampkins from Outlook University High School, and we are dealing with social justice, and I'm from the Teachers Ed class. On September 4, 2008, John McCain was in St. Paul, Minnesota for the 4-day Republican convention. As he continued to base his speeches upon his and Barack Obama's experience levels, he talked about how he would better the United States of America. While he spoke about how he would attempt to lower taxes and provide the U.S. economy wise, McCain mentioned the fact that being a prisoner of war prepared him mentally for presidency. Unfortunately for John McCain, his speech mainly had an effect on Republicans only, although that is what he was aiming for. John McCain is also making an attempt to pull in the black vote. With us at the studio is Zayna Williams. Zayna, Can John McCain pull in black voters, and how do you think he can do that?
From my point of view, I think John McCain could pull in black voters. Well, because some black voters are for Democratic and some black voters are for Republican. But mostly, if John McCain just like say he can like help us by lowering taxes, I think they'll help the black people. Because sometimes when it comes to taxes, lowering taxes, John McCain, he says how he can do all this stuff, but all he has to really do is prove it before he becomes president, which I don't know how, but he's going to have to find a way to do it.
I was wondering if you could tell me, are you a Democrat?
Well, yes, I would say I'm a Democrat.
Why are you a Democrat? Is it because of the way your parents raised you, or is that your point of view? Do you agree with everything Barack Obama has to offer for our country?
Well, yeah, I actually agree with everything Barack says, but I'm not a Democrat because he's in it. I was actually still a Democrat like last year because like Democrat, I understand the Republican Party trying to go against some of the government laws trying to get what the people want, but I believe in the democratic way because the government actually has like ways to like prove stuff to us while the Republican is going against laws. And I'm not saying that I'm against Republican, but I believe that Democratic is like better for the government, better for the city, better for the U.S. period.
Thank you, Zaina.
Talking about crimes in Milwaukee. It is a 26-year-old Glendale man was charged Thursday with the drunken death of Elizabeth Sumner White. Home investigators say that the passengers wasn't drunk, but the driver was, and he killed Elizabeth. After the accident happened, he left from a wedding reception at a nearby hotel early that evening. Now we are going to go back to Kamar Stewart.
This is Outlook University School Broadcast, and thank you for tuning in. Hopefully, we'll get back to you next time.